Imagine if the key to endless power was already within you, like a light waiting to be turned on. Dr. Ernest Holmes believed that such divine power is not only real, but is also your birthright. He taught that each of us carries a force so profound that it holds the potential to shape our lives, bringing forth endless possibilities when we know how to tap into it. This power is often referred to as the divine mind, an infinite source that not only surrounds us, but flows through us. Holmes saw this divine mind as the very essence of life, the ultimate source of wisdom and energy. It's a part of you, ready to be accessed and used to its fullest capacity. But how do we connect with it? Think of yourself as a lamp plugged into a limitless power source. The electricity is there, waiting to be used. But until you flip the switch, it remains dormant. That's exactly how your inner power works. It's available to you, but it's waiting for your conscious engagement to bring it to life. The first step toward activating this divine power is to recognize it, to truly understand that you are connected to something much greater than yourself. In this recognition lies the first spark of transformation, a spark that can become a guiding light for every area of your life. Connecting with this power isn't about simply acknowledging its existence. It's about consciously choosing to engage with it every day. Holmes believed this shift from passive to active engagement was life-changing. When you begin to see yourself as an expression of this divine mind, everything starts to shift. This isn't just a mental exercise, it's a practice of daily alignment, a moment-by-moment choice to engage with your highest self. Through regular practices, like visualization and affirmations, you start to cultivate a deeper connection with the divine source within you. Each morning, as you open your eyes, you can remind yourself of this connection, visualizing it as a glowing cord of energy flowing from the infinite source directly into you. Feel the warmth, the guidance, the sense of divine support in your life. With time, you'll notice that these practices grow stronger, like a muscle being exercised and strengthened with each repetition. The key lies in consistency. Dr. Holmes taught that daily engagement with divine energy cultivates faith, allowing us to see that we're not alone in our struggles and dreams. This faith isn't passive, it's a dynamic force that grows as we continue to trust and align ourselves with it. Through this alignment, our dreams become more attainable, our obstacles less daunting, and our lives more fulfilled. And with this faith, we learn to listen more intently, to pay attention to the subtle signs and synchronicities that guide us along our path. These aren't mere coincidences. They're the divine speaking to us, encouraging us to continue forward, to trust in the journey. In moments of stillness, we come to understand that the divine mind speaks through our intuition, a quiet inner voice guiding us toward our highest good. Yet many of us have been taught to ignore this voice, favoring logic and reason above all else. But Holmes argued that intuition is a powerful aspect of our connection to the divine. By listening and acting on these inner nudges, we align ourselves more closely with the divine flow. Each decision, when rooted in divine guidance, becomes a step toward fulfilling our highest potential, bringing us closer to the life we were meant to live. This journey of alignment, however, requires patience and daily practice. Holmes encouraged his students to develop a routine, however brief, to cultivate their spiritual connection. Through just a few moments of meditation, gratitude, and affirmations each morning, we can begin to feel this divine energy more tangibly in our lives. With each practice, our connection deepens, becoming a wellspring of peace, strength, and wisdom. As you incorporate these practices into your life, you may start to notice small but profound changes. There is a certain clarity that begins to take shape, a sense of being guided and supported even in the midst of uncertainty. Rather than relying solely on external validation or outcomes, You start to feel a quiet confidence from within, rooted in the knowledge that you are connected to a divine source of wisdom and strength. This inner alignment is empowering. It allows you to face challenges with resilience, seeing them as opportunities for growth rather than as obstacles. In this new awareness, even ordinary moments begin to feel richer, more meaningful. When we align ourselves with the divine mind, we are not only connecting with an infinite source of power, we are also learning to trust the flow of life. It's in this trust that we discover a profound sense of surrender. Surrender, as Holmes taught, isn't about giving up. It's about letting go of the need to control every detail and instead allowing divine wisdom to guide our path. When we surrender, we create space for miracles to unfold, for unexpected blessings to enter our lives. This shift from control to trust is liberating, allowing us to embrace life's journey with more ease and grace. Through surrender, we also come to recognize the limitations of our own understanding. We realize that our human perspective is just one layer of a much larger tapestry. Holmes often spoke about aligning ourselves with this larger picture, trusting that even when things don't go according to our plans, they are unfolding for our highest good. This trust doesn't diminish our desires or goals. It simply allows us to hold them more lightly, with a sense of openness and flexibility. As we release the need to force outcomes, we often find that life has a way of working out, sometimes in ways more beautiful than we could have ever imagined. Each time we let go of our need to control, we deepen our connection with the divine mind. This openness becomes fertile ground for true inspiration and divine insight. In this receptive state, we can feel the subtle guidance of our intuition more clearly. This intuition, Holmes taught, is our soul's direct line to divine wisdom. It often speaks in whispers, in quiet nudges or inner promptings, guiding us in ways that logic alone cannot. By learning to trust and act on this intuitive wisdom, we strengthen our alignment with our divine purpose, making decisions that feel both natural and powerful. Intuition becomes an invaluable tool for navigating our lives, guiding us toward choices that resonate with our highest self. But this journey is not about perfection. Holmes understood that we are all learning, that our connection to the divine is a continual process of growth and refinement. When we experience moments of doubt or fear, we can return to these practices: visualization, affirmations, gratitude, and meditation, as a way to realign ourselves, to remind us of our true nature as expressions of the divine mind. As we deepen our understanding of this divine connection, we also come to see our thoughts as powerful creators of our reality. Holmes taught that thoughts are seeds, planted in the fertile soil of the divine mind. Just as seeds grow into plants, our thoughts shape our experiences. By choosing to focus on positive, life-affirming thoughts, we nurture a reality that reflects joy, abundance, and peace. Through the practice of positive affirmations, we can align our thinking with our highest desires, creating a life that reflects our divine potential. Holmes encouraged his students to repeat affirmations regularly, affirming their connection to divine wisdom and strength. These affirmations are more than mere words. They are declarations of intent, a way of consciously directing our thoughts toward our desired reality. Over time, this practice has a profound effect, shifting our mindset from doubt to faith, from fear to confidence. Each affirmation, each moment of gratitude reinforces our divine connection, building a life that is in harmony with the flow of the universe. When we see ourselves as co-creators with the divine mind, our thoughts become sacred tools for shaping our world. We start to approach life with a greater sense of responsibility, aware that each thought carries the potential to influence our reality. This awareness is both empowering and humbling, reminding us that our power to create is a gift to be used with intention and integrity. By choosing thoughts that reflect love, compassion, and abundance, we not only uplift ourselves, but also those around us, contributing to a world that mirrors these higher qualities. In this empowered state, life's challenges become less daunting. Each difficulty we encounter is an opportunity to align more deeply with divine wisdom. Rather than viewing challenges as setbacks, we start to see them as catalysts for growth, as stepping stones that lead us to our highest potential. Holmes taught that every problem carries within it the seed of its solution. When we approach difficulties with this perspective, we become resilient, capable of facing any obstacle with the assurance that we are guided and supported by a higher power. This shift in perspective transforms our approach to life. We begin to embrace challenges, understanding that they are not roadblocks, but invitations to grow and evolve. Each time we rise to meet a challenge, we strengthen our connection to the divine mind, becoming more attuned to its wisdom and guidance. This journey of divine empowerment is not always easy, but it is deeply fulfilling. With each step, we uncover more of our true nature, discovering a depth of strength, wisdom, and love that resides within us, waiting to be expressed. Underneath the surface of our everyday lives lies a rich reservoir of divine potential, waiting to be recognized and cultivated. This inner power, when nurtured with intention, grows into a guiding light that illuminates our path, filling each moment with meaning. Thoughts become like seeds, and the attention we give them becomes the water and sunlight that encourages them to take root. Each affirmation we choose, each vision we hold, is a deliberate act of creation, connecting us more deeply to the divine mind and setting the foundation for a life aligned with purpose and fulfillment. In learning to cultivate this inner garden, a profound shift occurs. Challenges that once seemed insurmountable become fertile ground for growth, places where resilience, strength, and wisdom can take hold. Instead of seeing obstacles as blocks to progress, they transform into opportunities, shaping our character and expanding our understanding. There's a quiet assurance that develops, a knowing that every experience, pleasant or challenging, serves a role in nurturing our divine essence. This awareness begins to bring a sense of harmony, a feeling of being in step with the natural rhythm of life. The outer world starts to reflect our inner clarity and peace. Coincidences, once dismissed as random, now feel like orchestrations, signs that we are moving in tune with a higher order. Synchronicities, those moments when life seems to align perfectly, placing us in the right place at the right time, become markers on our journey, reminders of our connection to something greater. Each time we notice these signs, a deep gratitude arises, reinforcing the understanding that we are never truly alone. The practice of gratitude becomes more than a daily ritual. It becomes a state of being. Gratitude, after all, is not just about acknowledging what is received, but also recognizing the beauty of every small experience, every interaction, every breath. When this appreciation is felt deeply, it amplifies the divine connection, magnetizing more blessings and guidance into our lives. Gratitude shifts our perspective from lack to abundance, creating a foundation upon which dreams and desires are built. This conscious focus on abundance shifts the energy around us, drawing into our lives the people, opportunities, and resources that align with our divine path. In the midst of this growing alignment, intuition sharpens, like a sixth sense that quietly directs our steps. Intuition, often seen as an elusive feeling or gut instinct, becomes clearer and more reliable as we listen and act on its guidance. This inner voice, a direct line to divine wisdom, helps us navigate life with grace. It gently nudges us toward people, places, and actions that resonate with our highest good, protecting us from paths that may lead us away from fulfillment. Trusting intuition strengthens our relationship with the divine mind, teaching us to rely not solely on logic, but on the quiet whispers that reveal deeper truths. Embracing this intuitive guidance requires courage and openness, an ability to follow paths that may not always seem clear. But with each step, a new layer of faith is built. Faith here is not blind belief, but a knowing trust that we are supported by forces beyond our understanding. It is the kind of faith that frees us from fear and opens us to life's possibilities. This faith, cultivated through trust in the divine, becomes the solid ground we stand on, allowing us to explore our potential and take inspired action. When thoughts, gratitude, and intuition are aligned, something magical happens. We become active participants in the unfolding of our lives, creators rather than bystanders. Instead of waiting for circumstances to dictate our direction, we begin to shape our reality from the inside out. Manifestation becomes a natural byproduct of living in alignment with divine wisdom, a process where desires are realized not through force, but through flow. Our lives start to reflect our highest aspirations, and in this flow, we find fulfillment that extends beyond the material. In this empowered state, we're not only enriched personally, but also become a light for others. The energy of one individual aligned with their divine purpose has a ripple effect, positively influencing those they encounter. Relationships deepen, conversations become more meaningful, and we find ourselves naturally drawn to those who uplift and inspire. This shared sense of purpose creates communities that are grounded in love, compassion, and mutual support, building a world where divine potential is recognized in everyone. Our journey becomes less about striving and more about allowing, less about achieving and more about being. Each day is an opportunity to deepen our connection to the divine mind, to remember our own power, and to act from a place of love and wisdom. This divine empowerment is not reserved for rare moments. It's a continuous unfolding, a lifelong commitment to living fully in alignment with the highest version of ourselves. In the depths of our being lies a power that patiently waits for us to tap into it, a quiet force that comes alive when we open ourselves to it. This power isn't loud or demanding. It's steady, like a calm river flowing beneath the surface. When we learn to trust in this inner power, we gain access to a source of courage, resilience, and insight that transcends our usual ways of thinking. This isn't about escaping life's realities, but about embracing them with the assurance that we have within us everything we need to overcome challenges and thrive. Such trust transforms how we respond to uncertainty. Instead of fearing the unknown, we come to view it with curiosity, understanding that each step, though not always clear, is guided by a wisdom far beyond our conscious mind. This divine trust invites us to release the tight grip we often have on life, surrendering our need for constant control. Surrender, in this sense, doesn't mean inaction. Instead, it's an active choice to believe in a path that's unfolding perfectly, even when it's beyond our current understanding. This approach to life opens the door to true surrender, allowing divine wisdom to guide us while remaining present and engaged. It's a choice to trust that life has our best interests at heart, even in moments of discomfort or challenge. This trust allows us to move through life with a sense of ease, finding joy and purpose even in difficult situations. The more we practice this trust, the more natural it becomes, like an instinctive knowing that flows effortlessly within us. As this trust deepens, we begin to see the extraordinary in the ordinary. Simple moments take on a new depth, each filled with its own significance. We find meaning in the small things: a kind word, a warm smile, the beauty of nature, or the peace of quiet moments. Every experience, every interaction becomes an opportunity to connect more fully with ourselves and the world around us. We begin to notice the subtle signs of divine presence, as though life itself is offering gentle reminders that we're exactly where we're meant to be. In this state, we realize that we're never truly alone. Life provides us with guidance in ways we might have previously overlooked. Synchronicities and serendipitous encounters become more frequent, aligning us with the people, places, and experiences that support our journey. This isn't coincidence. It's the result of living in alignment with a higher purpose, and each time we recognize these signs, it strengthens our faith in the divine flow guiding us. Gradually, our relationship with life itself transforms. We begin to approach each day with a sense of anticipation, knowing that we are part of something much greater. Our actions start to reflect this understanding, and our presence becomes a quiet testament to the peace and joy that comes from divine alignment. Instead of being carried away by the demands and distractions of the world, we move with intention, aware of the impact of our thoughts, words, and actions. This awareness brings a sense of responsibility, yet it's a responsibility that empowers rather than burdens. In this alignment, we no longer feel the need to seek approval from others or to constantly prove ourselves. Our worth is no longer measured by external standards or achievements. Instead, we find validation in the quiet knowing of who we are and the purpose we serve. This inner validation is unshakable, immune to the shifting opinions of the world. It gives us the strength to walk our path with confidence, rooted in the truth of our divine essence. The journey toward true empowerment is not one of accumulation, but of release. Each layer of doubt, fear, and attachment that we let go of brings us closer to the pure essence of who we are. This shedding of layers allows us to uncover our true nature, a presence that is grounded, resilient, and deeply connected to the divine. As we begin to recognize and release the illusions that cloud our vision, we experience a profound clarity that reveals the beauty and simplicity of our authentic self. In this state, we no longer feel compelled to hold on to identities, roles, or expectations that do not serve us. There is a liberation in this freedom, a lightness that fills us as we let go of the need to fit into preconceived molds. We realize that our value does not depend on how others perceive us or on meeting external benchmarks of success. This understanding frees us from the cycle of comparison, allowing us to embrace our unique path with confidence and grace. This freedom also opens up space within us, creating room for new insights, inspirations, and experiences to flow into our lives. We begin to see life not as something to conquer, but as something to explore, a vast landscape filled with potential. In this openness, our heart becomes receptive, allowing us to connect deeply with ourselves and with others. Our interactions take on a new quality, marked by authenticity and mutual respect. We no longer feel the need to defend or justify ourselves. Instead, we simply show up as we are, secure in the knowledge of our intrinsic worth. When we interact from this place of authenticity, we naturally attract people and experiences that resonate with our true essence. Relationships deepen, becoming spaces of genuine connection and mutual support. The energy we bring into these connections is one of presence and openness, free from the filters of ego or self-interest. This shift in energy transforms how others respond to us, creating bonds that are based on shared values and aligned purposes. As we cultivate these authentic connections, we also become more sensitive to the energies around us. Our intuition becomes sharper, helping us discern situations and relationships that nourish our spirit from those that drain it. This discernment allows us to protect our energy, setting healthy boundaries that honor our needs and respect our inner peace. Boundaries, rather than being walls, become pathways to deeper connection, allowing us to give from a place of fullness rather than depletion. This awareness of our energetic boundaries leads to a profound realization that we are the creators of our inner state. External circumstances may change, but our response to them is within our control. This is the essence of true empowerment, not in controlling the world around us, but in mastering our inner world. With each choice we make to respond with patience, compassion, or understanding, we reinforce our connection to divine wisdom. We become conscious creators of our experience, shaping a reality that reflects our highest values. In this empowered state, life itself becomes an act of devotion. Every thought, every action, every choice is a step toward alignment with the divine flow. This devotion is not a duty, but a joyful expression of our gratitude for the gift of life. It is a way of honoring the sacred in ourselves and in all that we encounter. Through this practice, we develop a profound respect for the interconnectedness of all things, understanding that each of us is a vital part of a greater whole. This sense of interconnectedness becomes a guiding light, illuminating the path forward with clarity and purpose. We begin to see ourselves not as isolated individuals, but as threads woven into the vast tapestry of existence, each of us contributing our unique color and texture to the whole. This realization fosters a deep sense of belonging and responsibility, reminding us that our actions, thoughts, and intentions ripple out into the world, touching the lives of others in ways we may never fully see. In this awareness, compassion naturally arises, compassion for ourselves, for our journey, and for the journeys of those around us. We understand that each person is on their own path, facing struggles, hopes, and dreams unique to them. This compassion becomes the foundation for genuine empathy, allowing us to approach others with kindness and an open heart. Our relationships transform, no longer clouded by judgment or the need to be right. Instead, they are enriched by mutual understanding and respect. This shift in perspective opens us to a more profound connection with the present moment. We become less focused on rushing toward the future or dwelling on the past, and instead find ourselves deeply rooted in the here and now. In the present, we experience life as it unfolds, free from the distractions of what-ifs and if-onlys. We notice the beauty in simple things, the warmth of sunlight, the sound of laughter, the feeling of stillness. Each moment holds a quiet perfection, a reminder of the divine presence that permeates all of life. Being present also allows us to respond to life with greater mindfulness. Instead of reacting impulsively or out of habit, we bring awareness to our thoughts and actions, choosing responses that reflect our values and intentions. This mindful approach becomes a powerful tool for personal growth, helping us break free from old patterns and habits that no longer serve us. Through mindfulness, we cultivate a sense of inner calm, a centeredness that remains steady even in the face of life's inevitable challenges. This centeredness leads to a new way of experiencing joy, one that is not dependent on external circumstances. Rather than seeking happiness in fleeting moments or material possessions, we find it within, in the quiet contentment that comes from living in alignment with our true self. This inner joy radiates outward, becoming a source of light that uplifts and inspires those around us. It is a joy that is grounded in gratitude, in the simple appreciation of life's many gifts, both big and small. In this state of gratitude, we realize that abundance is not measured by what we have, but by the richness of our spirit. Abundance flows naturally when we recognize the divine presence in all things and trust in life's inherent generosity. This perspective transforms our relationship with resources, teaching us to give and receive with an open heart. We come to understand that true wealth lies in the ability to share what we have, to contribute to the well-being of others, and to live with a spirit of generosity. Living in this way invites more abundance into our lives. Opportunities, connections, and blessings seem to appear effortlessly, as though drawn to us by our openness and gratitude. We find ourselves in a state of flow, where life unfolds in harmony with our intentions and desires. This flow is not forced or manipulated. It is a natural result of being in alignment with the divine mind, of trusting that we are always supported and guided toward our highest good. Moving in harmony with this flow brings an ease to our lives, a sense of being carried by a current that knows precisely where we need to go. In this state, effort is transformed, not something we push against, but something that unfolds gracefully, like a river finding its way to the ocean. Our goals and aspirations become expressions of this flow rather than burdens we must force. There's a lightness to our actions, as if life itself is lifting us, guiding each step with subtlety and wisdom. This ease does not mean we avoid challenges. Instead, we approach them with a deeper resilience. We understand that every obstacle is a teacher, an opportunity to grow and expand our understanding of ourselves and the world. Challenges, once feared, become meaningful experiences that shape our character, strengthen our resolve, and deepen our faith. We begin to see these trials as stepping stones, each one revealing new aspects of our strength, patience, and capacity for love. This shift in perspective helps us release the need to control every outcome. Control, we realize, is often rooted in fear, a fear that things won't go according to plan, that we won't get what we want. But as we learn to trust the divine flow, control loosens its grip on us. We start to embrace the unknown, finding comfort in the mystery of life. This openness allows us to engage with possibilities we may not have considered, welcoming paths and solutions that arise spontaneously, often beyond what we could have planned or imagined. Living without the constant need to control brings a profound sense of freedom. We no longer feel weighed down by expectations or the pressure to be perfect. Instead, we approach each day with curiosity and openness, ready to receive whatever life brings. This freedom allows us to live authentically, to honor our own path without comparison or judgment. There is no longer a need to compete or to prove ourselves. We are simply here to express our unique gifts, trusting that this expression is enough. This trust extends into our interactions with others. Rather than seeing relationships as sources of validation or approval, we view them as opportunities for mutual growth and connection. Each person we meet brings with them lessons, reflections, and insights that contribute to our journey. This shift in perspective allows us to release expectations and to approach relationships with a spirit of giving rather than seeking to fill a void within ourselves. We become more patient, more understanding, recognizing that everyone is on their own journey of self-discovery. As our relationships deepen, we become aware of the impact of our presence. We understand that how we show up in the world, our energy, our intentions, our words, creates ripples that extend far beyond what we can see. This awareness brings a sense of responsibility, but it's a responsibility grounded in love and compassion, not in obligation. We recognize that each act of kindness, each moment of presence, each word spoken with love contributes to the collective well-being, uplifting both ourselves and those we encounter. With this understanding, life becomes a dance of giving and receiving, a cycle of sharing our gifts and embracing the gifts that others bring. There is no scarcity in this exchange, only an endless flow of abundance that nourishes all. Each interaction, each moment, becomes a celebration of the divine presence within and around us. We find ourselves surrounded by gratitude, love, and support, not because we have sought it out, but because we have become a part of this greater flow. In this state of being, we are no longer merely participants in life, we are co-creators. We understand that our every thought, action, and intention contributes to the world we inhabit. With this awareness, we choose to create consciously, to bring more beauty, kindness, and understanding into the world. This creative power is not about force or ambition, it's an expression of our divine nature, a joyful sharing of our unique gifts, knowing that they add to the richness of life itself. This realization of ourselves as co-creators brings a quiet yet profound sense of purpose. Life is no longer a series of random events, but a canvas we paint with our intentions, thoughts, and actions. Every day becomes an opportunity to express the divine qualities within us: love, compassion, wisdom, and creativity. We no longer wait for the perfect moment to begin living our purpose. We recognize that each moment holds the potential for us to make an impact, no matter how small. In this way, our purpose is not a distant goal, but a lived experience, woven into the fabric of our daily lives. With this sense of purpose comes a natural clarity, a knowing of what truly matters. We become less drawn to superficial pursuits or temporary satisfactions, instead seeking out experiences that nourish our spirit and align with our higher self. This shift allows us to let go of distractions that may have once occupied our time and attention, creating space for what is meaningful and lasting. We develop a sense of discernment, choosing the paths, people, and activities that resonate deeply with our soul, that bring us joy and fulfillment. This clarity also reveals the importance of self-care, not as a luxury, but as a sacred responsibility. Taking care of our mind, body, and spirit becomes essential for sustaining our journey, allowing us to remain strong, centered, and resilient. We realize that nurturing ourselves is an act of honoring the divine within, creating a foundation from which we can give more fully to the world. Self-care becomes a daily ritual, a way of replenishing our energy, renewing our spirit, and returning to our center. In this space of clarity and self-care, we begin to understand the significance of stillness. Just as nature has its seasons of growth and rest, we too need moments of quiet to reconnect with our inner guidance. In stillness, we can listen to the whispers of intuition, the subtle nudges of the divine mind, guiding us forward with gentle wisdom. These moments of pause are not empty. They are rich with insight, offering us the opportunity to gain perspective and to realign with our true path. Through stillness, we cultivate patience, realizing that growth is not something to be hurried, but something to be honored. We learn to trust in divine timing, understanding that every experience unfolds when we are ready to receive it. This patience teaches us to release the need for immediate results, allowing us to stay present and engaged in the process rather than fixating on outcomes. We recognize that every step, every small act, contributes to our journey, even if the fruits of our efforts are not immediately visible. As we deepen our practice of patience, we also come to appreciate the beauty of simplicity. We find joy in the uncomplicated, in moments that are untouched by expectation or pressure. There is a profound richness in simplicity, a way of seeing life with fresh eyes and an open heart. This simplicity teaches us to value presence over productivity, quality over quantity, and connection over accomplishment. We come to realize that fulfillment does not require complexity. It often resides in the quiet, the humble, the unadorned. In this state of simplicity, we feel a deeper connection to everything around us. We see ourselves in the natural world, in the cycles of growth and renewal, in the stillness and the flow. We become attuned to the beauty in all things, appreciating life in its raw, unfiltered form. This connection to nature, to others, and to ourselves fills us with a sense of awe, a reverence for the miracle of existence. It is here, in this space of simplicity and connection, that we truly feel the presence of the divine. In this reverent connection, we begin to understand that life itself is a form of prayer, a continuous expression of gratitude, love, and awareness. Every action, no matter how small, becomes a gesture of devotion when performed with intention and mindfulness. Washing a dish, walking in nature, even listening to a friend, each becomes an offering, a way of honoring the divine that lives within and around us. We find that living this way brings a sense of sacredness to our daily lives, a quiet joy that flows from knowing that each moment, each choice, is an opportunity to commune with something greater than ourselves. This sense of sacredness deepens our appreciation for the present moment. We no longer see time as something to be managed or filled, but as a precious gift, an unfolding of divine presence in our lives. We slow down, allowing ourselves to fully experience the richness of now, noticing the subtle nuances that might have once passed us by. In this expanded awareness, we discover layers of meaning and beauty that were always there, waiting to be seen. Each breath, each heartbeat, becomes a reminder of the miracle that is life itself. Living in this heightened state of awareness also shifts how we respond to others. We become more compassionate, understanding that each person we meet is also navigating their own unique path. We no longer see people merely as characters in our personal story, but as divine expressions with their own journeys, challenges, and wisdom. This compassion allows us to approach others with an open heart, free of judgment or expectation, creating space for genuine connection. We become listeners, healers, and supporters, offering our presence as a gift without seeking anything in return. In our relationships, this compassion fosters a deep sense of trust and respect. Conflicts and misunderstandings, once seen as threats, now become opportunities for growth and understanding. We realize that each interaction holds the potential to teach us something about ourselves, revealing parts of our character that may need healing or attention. By embracing these moments with humility, we allow ourselves to evolve, shedding layers of ego and stepping more fully into our true nature. Our relationships become mirrors, reflecting back to us both our strengths and areas for growth. As our relationships deepen, we begin to see that love is the very essence of our being. Love is not something we acquire from others, but something we bring forth from within, a natural state that radiates from our connection to the divine. This realization transforms our approach to love, shifting from a desire to receive to a joy in giving. We love not because we need, but because it is who we are. This love is expansive, unbounded by conditions or circumstances. It is the love of life itself, a love that flows from our core, touching everyone and everything we encounter. This deepened sense of love also nurtures forgiveness. We let go of grievances, understanding that holding on to pain only limits our own freedom. Forgiveness is not about condoning harm, but about releasing ourselves from the burdens of resentment and anger. It's an act of self-compassion, a way of clearing space in our hearts for peace and healing. We forgive not because others deserve it, but because we deserve to live unburdened by past hurts. In this release, we find a profound sense of liberation, a lightness that allows us to move forward with an open heart. With forgiveness, our inner world becomes a sanctuary, a place of peace and calm that no external event can disturb. This sanctuary is not built on isolation, but on an intimate understanding of ourselves. We know our strengths, our weaknesses, our values, and our purpose. We become our own safe haven, a source of support and wisdom, able to face whatever life brings with grace and resilience. This inner peace, cultivated through love and forgiveness, becomes the foundation upon which we build our lives. This foundation of inner peace becomes a steady anchor, holding us firm amid life's shifting tides. We move through each day with a quiet confidence, knowing that no matter what challenges arise, we have the inner resources to handle them. Our peace is not dependent on the circumstances around us, but is rooted deeply within, cultivated through self-understanding, compassion, and alignment with the divine. In this state, we face difficulties not as obstacles, but as opportunities to deepen our resilience and grow stronger. Resilience, we come to see, is not about pushing through pain or ignoring hardships. Rather, it is the art of embracing life's fullness with an open heart. We learn to meet pain and joy alike with equanimity, neither clinging to one nor rejecting the other. Each experience, whether pleasant or challenging, becomes a part of our journey, a chapter in the story of our growth. This perspective transforms hardship from something to be feared into something to be accepted and learned from, a natural part of our evolution as spiritual beings. Through this practice of resilience, we cultivate faith, not blind optimism, but a profound trust in the unfolding of life. This faith allows us to let go of rigid plans and expectations, opening ourselves to life's surprises with curiosity and openness. We understand that while we may not always be able to control our circumstances, we can always choose how we respond. This response is rooted in our connection to the divine, a steady source of wisdom and guidance that is always present within us. In this place of faith, we find ourselves more willing to take risks, to follow our intuition, and to pursue dreams that once seemed beyond our reach. No longer limited by fear of failure or the need for certainty, we step into the unknown with courage. We realize that life's greatest rewards often lie beyond our comfort zone, waiting for us to take that leap. Each step we take into uncharted territory strengthens our trust in ourselves and in the divine mind, knowing that we are supported every step of the way. As we embrace this courage, we become more aligned with our true purpose. We are no longer driven by external goals or societal expectations, but by a deep desire to live authentically, to express the unique gifts that we alone can bring to the world. This purpose is not something we need to create. It is something we uncover, revealed to us as we shed layers of fear, doubt, and limitation. It is a calling that resonates with our very being, guiding our actions and choices with a sense of fulfillment and joy. Living in alignment with our purpose brings a sense of flow to our lives. We no longer feel as though we are struggling against the current. Instead, we move with it, feeling the effortless guidance of the divine in each moment. Our days are marked by synchronicities and moments of clarity, signs that we are on the right path. Challenges may still arise, but they no longer feel like blocks. They are simply part of the journey, each one refining and shaping us into the fullest expression of who we are meant to be. This flow state allows us to engage fully with each day, bringing our whole selves to each experience. We approach our work, our relationships, and our personal growth with enthusiasm and presence, aware of the impact our actions have on ourselves and others. In this alignment, we find ourselves naturally drawn to activities that uplift and inspire, that feed our soul and contribute to the well-being of others. We are no longer motivated by external validation, but by a deep inner knowing that we are fulfilling our purpose. In fulfilling our purpose, we begin to understand that life is not about reaching a specific destination, but about embracing the journey itself. Each moment becomes an opportunity to live our truth, to share our gifts, and to deepen our connection to the divine. We realize that true success is not measured by accolades or achievements, but by the joy and peace we bring into our own lives and the lives of others. This understanding shifts our perspective from one of striving to one of being, from a constant chase to a gentle unfolding of our essence. This shift allows us to release the need for constant validation. We recognize that our worth is inherent, that we are valuable simply because we exist. There is no need to prove ourselves or to earn love and respect. These qualities are already ours. This self-acceptance frees us from the cycles of comparison and competition, allowing us to celebrate our unique path without feeling diminished by the success of others. We become comfortable in our own skin, knowing that our journey is ours alone and that it is unfolding perfectly. In this space of self-acceptance, we find ourselves naturally drawn to gratitude. Gratitude becomes more than a practice. It becomes a way of seeing the world. We appreciate the beauty in every experience, finding value in both the highs and the lows. We see each moment as a gift, a chance to grow, to connect, and to experience life in its fullness. This gratitude fills us with a sense of abundance, reminding us that we already have everything we need within us to live a meaningful and fulfilling life. This feeling of abundance extends to our relationship with the world around us. We no longer see resources as limited or finite, something to be hoarded or fought over. Instead, we view life's gifts, whether material, emotional, or spiritual, as blessings to be shared. We realize that giving does not diminish what we have, rather, it amplifies it. Each act of generosity creates a ripple of positivity, lifting others up and, in turn, elevating our own spirit. This generosity becomes a natural expression of our gratitude, a way of participating in the flow of abundance that sustains all life. As we cultivate this spirit of giving, we become more attuned to the interconnectedness of all beings. We recognize that we are part of a larger whole, a vast web of life that connects every creature, every plant, every element. This interconnectedness deepens our respect for nature, for the earth that sustains us, and the intricate systems that support life. We feel a sense of responsibility to care for this planet, to protect its beauty, and to honor its resources. Our actions become aligned with a desire to leave the world better than we found it, contributing to the well-being of all. This respect for the interconnectedness of life also influences how we approach challenges. We understand that every difficulty we face is part of a larger tapestry, that our personal growth contributes to the collective evolution of humanity. When we choose compassion, patience, or understanding, we not only elevate ourselves, but also create a positive impact on the world around us. Each step we take toward greater awareness and empathy ripples outward, influencing others in ways we may never see. This realization inspires us to live with integrity, to make choices that reflect our values, and honor the interconnectedness of all life. Living with this sense of integrity brings a deeper level of fulfillment than any external success could provide. We begin to see that true happiness lies in the alignment of our actions with our values, in knowing that we are contributing to the world in a meaningful way. This alignment creates a sense of harmony within us, a peace that radiates outward, affecting everyone we encounter. Our lives become a testament to our commitment to growth, love, and the divine presence within us. We are no longer swayed by fleeting desires or distractions. Instead, we are anchored in purpose. This anchoring allows us to experience a sense of inner freedom. Freedom, we realize, is not about escaping our circumstances or avoiding responsibility. It is about choosing how we respond to life. We are free because we are no longer bound by fear, by the need for approval, or by the limitations we once imposed on ourselves. This freedom gives us the courage to pursue our dreams, to step into our true potential, and to live a life that is fully aligned with our deepest values. It is a freedom that comes from within, unaffected by external events or opinions. With this freedom comes a renewed sense of creativity. We approach life as an artist approaches a canvas, each day an opportunity to create something beautiful and meaningful. Our creativity is not limited to traditional arts or expression. It extends to how we solve problems, nurture relationships, and design our lives. We are inspired to live boldly, to make choices that reflect our unique perspective, and to bring something original into the world. This creative expression is not about impressing others, but about honoring our true selves and allowing the divine to flow through us. As we tap into this creative force, we find that life itself becomes more vibrant, filled with possibilities we once overlooked. We are more attuned to inspiration, noticing the subtle nudges that guide us toward new ideas, connections, and opportunities. Our intuition sharpens, helping us to recognize which paths resonate with our soul and which do not. This heightened awareness allows us to navigate life with greater ease, trusting in our inner wisdom and the guidance of the divine. This trust in our intuition strengthens our faith, not in an abstract or distant power, but in the divine presence that is a part of us. Faith, we come to see, is a partnership between ourselves and the universe, a co-creation of intention, action, and surrender. We set our intentions with clarity, take action with purpose, and release our attachment to outcomes, trusting that life will unfold as it should. This partnership brings a profound sense of peace, as we know that we are never truly alone in our journey. In this peaceful state, we become more aware of the divine timing that orchestrates all things. We realize that each experience, each person we meet, each challenge we face, arrives precisely when we are ready for it. This awareness teaches us patience, allowing us to embrace the unfolding of our lives without rushing or forcing. We trust that everything we need will come to us at the right moment, and this trust frees us from the anxieties and worries that once dominated our thoughts. This patient trust opens us to a deeper sense of joy, a joy that is independent of circumstances and that comes from simply being alive, connected, and present. We no longer seek happiness in future achievements or material gains. We find it in the here and now, in the beauty of each moment, in the connections we share, and in the love that flows through us. This joy is a gift we give ourselves, a reminder that life is meant to be celebrated and that our presence here is a blessing. This joy, rooted in the present moment, transforms how we see life. No longer viewing it as a series of tasks or obstacles to overcome, we embrace life as a celebration, an ever-evolving dance between the ordinary and the extraordinary. Each experience, big or small, becomes an invitation to participate fully, to let our true essence shine through. We are not waiting for something outside of us to bring meaning. We are actively creating it through our engagement, our love, and our presence. This brings a sense of wonder, a childlike awe for the beauty that surrounds us and fills us. As we cultivate this wonder, we also become more receptive to gratitude in all its forms. Gratitude becomes a natural response to life, flowing effortlessly as we recognize the countless blessings that fill our days. It is not limited to specific moments of joy or success. It extends to every part of our journey. We are grateful for the lessons learned, the challenges that have shaped us, and the love that continues to guide us. This gratitude is expansive, touching every corner of our lives, transforming even the simplest moments into something sacred. Through gratitude, we deepen our relationship with abundance. We begin to see that abundance is not measured by what we possess, but by our capacity to appreciate and share what we have. We are no longer focused on scarcity or lack. Instead, we view life as overflowing with possibilities and opportunities. This shift in perspective invites more abundance into our lives, as our open-hearted approach allows us to attract experiences and connections that resonate with our true selves. We are in harmony with the flow of giving and receiving, knowing that there is always enough for everyone. This abundant mindset also brings clarity to our desires. We realize that true abundance lies not in accumulation, but in alignment. Our desires shift from material wants to those that nurture our soul, that enhance our growth, and that contribute to the greater good. We seek experiences, relationships, and goals that bring us closer to our purpose, that allow us to express our unique gifts and to share our light with others. This clarity makes our lives simpler yet richer, filled with meaning rather than clutter, with purpose rather than distraction. In this simplicity, we find the space to connect more deeply with others. Our relationships become grounded in authenticity and mutual respect, as we are no longer driven by superficial desires or hidden agendas. We connect from a place of love and openness, allowing each person to be fully themselves. This acceptance fosters trust, creating bonds that are resilient and nourishing. We experience a deeper level of intimacy, not just in romantic partnerships, but in friendships, family connections, and even brief encounters with strangers. As our relationships deepen, we find ourselves naturally inclined to serve others. Service is no longer something we do out of obligation. It is an expression of our gratitude and love for life. We give freely, knowing that our acts of kindness create ripples of positivity that extend far beyond what we can see. This service fills us with joy and purpose, reinforcing our connection to humanity and reminding us of the impact we have on each other. In serving others, we find that we are also serving ourselves, nurturing our own soul in the process. This spirit of service transforms our daily life, infusing it with a sense of higher purpose. We begin to approach each interaction, each task, no matter how small, as an opportunity to bring kindness and compassion into the world. We see that true service doesn't always require grand gestures. It is often found in the simple moments: a warm smile, a listening ear, a thoughtful gesture. These small acts, performed with genuine care, create an atmosphere of love and connection that uplifts both ourselves and those around us. With this awareness, we become more present, more attuned to the needs of others and the subtle ways in which we can make a difference. Presence becomes the foundation of our interactions, allowing us to engage deeply with the people and experiences before us. We listen more fully, without judgment or distraction, creating a space for others to feel seen, heard, and valued. This kind of presence is a gift we give, not only to others but also to ourselves, as it brings a richness and depth to our lives that cannot be found in hurried or superficial encounters. As we deepen this presence, we find ourselves becoming more mindful of our words and actions. We understand that everything we say and do carries energy, influencing not only those around us, but also our own inner world. Words of kindness, encouragement, and love create harmony, while words of anger or resentment create discord. This awareness brings a sense of responsibility, inspiring us to speak and act with integrity, to choose words that uplift rather than harm, and to use our energy in ways that contribute to peace and understanding. This mindfulness extends to how we care for ourselves. We begin to see self-care not as indulgence, but as a necessary foundation for a life of service and connection. By nurturing our mind, body, and spirit, we ensure that we have the strength, resilience, and clarity needed to support others. Self-care becomes an act of self-respect, a recognition that we, too, are deserving of the love and kindness we offer to the world. This balance of giving and receiving nurtures a sense of wholeness, allowing us to approach each day with vitality and joy. In nurturing ourselves, we also become more attuned to the natural rhythms of life. We honor the cycles of rest and action, understanding that both are essential to growth and renewal. We learn to embrace moments of stillness without guilt, recognizing that they are as important as moments of productivity. This balance allows us to live in harmony with our own needs and with the natural flow of life, trusting that there is a time for everything, a time to create, to rest, to connect, and to simply be. Living in harmony with these rhythms brings a profound sense of peace. We are no longer struggling against the current of life. We are moving with it, flowing from one experience to the next, with grace and acceptance. This peace radiates outward, affecting everyone we encounter. It becomes a quiet strength, a steady calm that others can feel and draw from. We become a source of stability in a world often marked by turbulence, a reminder that peace is possible not through control, but through surrender and alignment with the divine. This inner peace becomes a guiding light, illuminating our path and helping us navigate the complexities of life with clarity and purpose. No longer swayed by external pressures or fleeting desires, we are grounded in our own truth, able to make decisions that align with our deepest values. This clarity simplifies our lives, helping us discern what truly matters and allowing us to let go of anything that no longer serves our growth. It's a sense of liberation, a freedom from distractions, and a focus on what brings meaning and fulfillment. In this space of clarity, we naturally begin to cultivate wisdom. Wisdom is not about knowing all the answers, but about understanding the greater context of life and embracing its mysteries. We recognize that life is not meant to be controlled or fully understood, but to be experienced and appreciated. This acceptance of the unknown allows us to approach each moment with curiosity and openness, free from the need for certainty. Wisdom teaches us that each experience, whether joyful or challenging, has something valuable to offer, and we are here to learn, grow, and evolve. This evolving wisdom deepens our empathy, helping us see beyond our own perspectives and understand the experiences of others. We realize that every person we meet is navigating their own journey, facing struggles and triumphs that may be hidden from view. This empathy dissolves judgment, replacing it with compassion. We are no longer quick to assume or criticize. Instead, we approach others with kindness, giving them the benefit of the doubt and offering support rather than condemnation. This shift in perspective enriches our relationships, creating bonds built on mutual respect and understanding. With compassion at the center of our interactions, we become more forgiving. Forgiveness is not about condoning harm, but about freeing ourselves from the weight of resentment and bitterness. We understand that holding on to grievances only limits our own happiness, so we choose to let go, allowing ourselves to heal and move forward. This forgiveness is a gift we give to ourselves as much as to others, a way of releasing the past so that we can fully embrace the present. In forgiving others, we also find it easier to forgive ourselves, acknowledging that we too are imperfect, yet deserving of grace. This acceptance of imperfection leads us to embrace vulnerability as a strength rather than a weakness. We are no longer afraid to show our true selves, to admit our fears, or to ask for help when we need it. Vulnerability becomes a pathway to deeper connection, allowing us to share our experiences authentically and creating space for others to do the same. It is through vulnerability that we build trust, not by presenting a flawless image, but by being real and honest. This openness fosters a sense of belonging, a recognition that we are all in this together, each of us navigating the highs and lows of life. Embracing vulnerability also allows us to tap into courage. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the willingness to act in spite of it. We learn that true courage is found in the small moments, in the choices we make to be honest, to follow our hearts, and to stand up for what we believe in. This courage gives us the strength to pursue our dreams, to take risks, and to step into the unknown. It reminds us that life is not meant to be lived in safety and comfort alone, but in a spirit of adventure and discovery, fully embracing all that it has to offer. As we embrace this courage, our lives begin to open up in ways we hadn't imagined. No longer confined by fear or limited thinking, we allow ourselves to explore new possibilities, to take paths that feel aligned with our true selves, even if they are uncertain. This willingness to step into the unknown transforms us, making us more resilient, adaptable, and receptive to the unexpected gifts that life has in store. Each step we take, guided by courage, brings us closer to our highest potential, allowing us to grow in ways that comfort and certainty could never offer. This journey also teaches us the value of patience. We come to understand that growth is a gradual process, that true transformation takes time and cannot be rushed. Patience becomes an act of faith, a quiet trust in the unfolding of life. We learn to wait with grace, knowing that everything has its own season, that every effort we make, no matter how small, contributes to the greater picture. This patience nurtures a deep inner peace, freeing us from the need to control every outcome and allowing us to experience the present fully without anxiously reaching for the future. With patience, we cultivate humility, recognizing that there is always more to learn, more ways to grow, and more to discover. Humility grounds us, reminding us that we are part of something far greater than ourselves. It is a gentle acknowledgement that we are here to serve, to learn, and to evolve. This humility frees us from the need for recognition or validation. We no longer seek approval from others because we are confident in our own path. We understand that true greatness comes from within and is defined not by status, but by the depth of our character. In this state of humility, we become more open to guidance, both from within and from the world around us. We learn to listen to the quiet whispers of intuition, to trust the subtle signs and synchronicities that guide our way. This openness allows us to receive wisdom from unexpected sources, conversations, books, experiences, even strangers crossing our path. We realize that life itself is a teacher, and that every moment, no matter how ordinary, holds the potential for insight and growth if we are willing to pay attention. This receptive state also enhances our connection to gratitude, as we recognize that each day brings countless blessings, both seen and unseen. Gratitude becomes more than a feeling. It becomes a way of life, an ever-present awareness of the abundance that surrounds us. We are grateful not only for the joys, but also for the challenges, for the growth they inspire, and the resilience they build within us. This gratitude fills our hearts, creating a steady source of joy that is independent of circumstances and rooted in a profound appreciation for life itself. As our gratitude deepens, we find ourselves more inclined to share our blessings. Giving becomes a natural extension of our abundance, a way of participating in the flow of life. We give without expectation, knowing that true generosity is not about receiving in return, but about uplifting others. This spirit of generosity strengthens our connection to humanity, reminding us of our shared journey and the beauty of contributing to the well-being of others. Through giving, we discover that we are not separate, but interconnected, each of us a part of the same whole, each act of kindness rippling out to touch countless lives. This sense of interconnectedness deepens our awareness of the impact we have on the world around us. We realize that our actions, words, and even thoughts contribute to the collective energy we share with others. With this awareness, we become more intentional in how we show up in the world. Each choice we make reflects our commitment to living in harmony, both with ourselves and with others. We no longer act out of impulse or self-interest alone. Instead, we consider the broader ripple effects of our choices, understanding that they reach far beyond what we can see. This intentionality transforms how we approach relationships. Every interaction becomes an opportunity to bring light and compassion into someone's life. We become more present with those we encounter, whether they are close friends or passing acquaintances, seeing each person as a unique expression of the divine. This presence allows us to engage with authenticity and warmth, building connections that are grounded in respect and understanding. We are no longer swayed by ego or judgment. Rather, we approach each person with curiosity, kindness, and a genuine desire to connect. As we deepen these connections, we cultivate a profound sense of belonging. Belonging is more than fitting in. It is the recognition that we are an integral part of the human family. We come to see that our presence matters, that we have a unique role to play in the unfolding of life. This sense of belonging dissolves the illusion of separation, reminding us that we are all in this journey together, supporting and uplifting one another. We are no longer isolated or alone. We are connected to something greater, a vast tapestry of souls woven together by love, compassion, and shared purpose. This understanding of belonging brings with it a sense of responsibility. We feel a calling to contribute positively to the world, to leave a legacy of kindness and integrity. Responsibility is not a burden, but a privilege, an invitation to live in alignment with our highest values. We understand that each of us has the power to make a difference, that our actions matter, and that even the smallest gesture of kindness can have a profound impact. This responsibility fuels our desire to be of service, to offer our strengths and gifts in ways that benefit others and contribute to the greater good. In embracing this responsibility, we also nurture a sense of resilience. Resilience is not about avoiding challenges, but about facing them with grace, courage, and faith. Life will always bring its share of storms, but with resilience, we learn to navigate them without losing our inner peace. We understand that each challenge is an opportunity to grow, to strengthen our character, and to deepen our connection to our inner truth. Resilience is the quiet strength that comes from knowing we are supported, both by our inner resources and by the larger force that guides us. This strength enables us to trust in the unfolding of life. We no longer feel the need to control every outcome. Instead, we surrender to the wisdom of the universe, knowing that we are guided and supported at every step. Trust becomes a way of life, allowing us to move forward with confidence, even in the face of uncertainty. We understand that life is a journey, and while we may not know what lies ahead, we have faith that each step will lead us closer to our purpose, to greater understanding, and to deeper fulfillment. This trust fosters a powerful sense of inner freedom, free from the need to control, to prove, or to constantly achieve. We find ourselves liberated to experience life as it is, rather than as we think it should be. We stop measuring our worth by external accomplishments or the approval of others. Instead, we value the journey itself, each moment, each lesson. This freedom is expansive, opening our hearts and minds to a life that is richer and more meaningful than we could have imagined when we were bound by expectations and fears. In this space of freedom, we allow ourselves to be guided by joy. Joy is no longer a fleeting feeling that depends on external circumstances. It becomes a steady presence, rooted in our connection to the divine and our alignment with our true purpose. We learn to find joy in the simplest moments, the warmth of the sun, the laughter of a friend, the quiet peace of solitude. This joy is our natural state, a reflection of the divine within us, reminding us that life itself is a gift to be cherished and celebrated. As joy becomes a central part of our lives, we become beacons of light to others. Our joy is contagious, inspiring those around us to seek their own inner peace and fulfillment. We no longer need to convince or persuade. Our very presence becomes a source of encouragement and hope. By simply being who we are, fully and authentically, we show others what is possible. We embody the qualities we once sought in others, becoming a source of inspiration and a reminder that each person has within them the capacity for transformation and growth. This embodiment of joy and light gives rise to a deeper compassion. Compassion is not limited to moments of sympathy. It becomes an enduring way of seeing the world. We recognize that every person we encounter is on their own journey, facing their own challenges and seeking their own answers. This understanding softens our hearts, allowing us to hold space for others without judgment. Compassion becomes the foundation of our interactions, creating an environment where people feel safe, seen, and supported in their journey. Through compassion, we also find forgiveness. Forgiveness is an act of letting go, not only for others, but for ourselves. We release the burdens of resentment, anger, and regret, understanding that these emotions only hold us back from experiencing the fullness of life. In forgiving others, we free ourselves from the past, allowing us to move forward with a heart unburdened by old wounds. Forgiveness is a form of liberation, a way of creating space within us for love, joy, and peace to flourish. With this newfound peace, we are able to cultivate gratitude for all that has brought us to this point. We see that every experience, joyful or painful, has contributed to our growth, has shaped who we are, and has guided us toward our purpose. Gratitude becomes a celebration of life itself, a recognition of the beauty in each moment, each connection, and each breath. This gratitude fuels our journey, keeping us grounded and centered, regardless of what life brings. We come to understand that life's greatest gifts often come disguised as challenges, and that by embracing them, we discover our true strength and resilience. This deep gratitude transforms the way we view our challenges, revealing them as catalysts for growth and expansion. Rather than seeing obstacles as disruptions, we begin to recognize them as opportunities to strengthen our resolve, clarify our intentions, and deepen our understanding. Each challenge becomes a mirror, reflecting areas where we can grow, refine our character, and align more closely with our true selves. This perspective invites us to approach life with a sense of curiosity, eager to learn from whatever comes our way. As we embrace this approach, we develop a profound respect for the unfolding of our journey. We understand that every twist and turn, every high and low, is a vital part of the path. This respect instills within us a sense of patience, allowing us to trust in divine timing. We no longer rush or force outcomes. Instead, we cultivate the wisdom to wait, knowing that everything arrives in its own perfect moment. This patience becomes a source of peace, freeing us from the restlessness that once filled our days. Through patience, we learn to listen more deeply, to ourselves, to others, and to the quiet voice within that offers guidance. This listening is more than hearing words. It is a way of tuning into the energy and essence behind them. It allows us to connect on a deeper level, understanding the emotions and intentions that words alone cannot express. Listening becomes an act of love, a way of honoring the divine presence in others and within ourselves. This mindful listening enriches our relationships, creating a foundation of trust, empathy, and mutual respect. In cultivating this deeper connection, we naturally embody a spirit of kindness. Kindness flows effortlessly when we are attuned to the needs and feelings of others, and it becomes an expression of our true nature. We realize that small acts of kindness, a gentle word, a helping hand, a warm smile, have the power to uplift, heal, and inspire. Kindness is not a grand gesture, but a consistent choice to bring light and warmth to those around us. It strengthens our bonds and reminds us of the profound impact we can have simply by showing up with love. This kindness extends to ourselves, nurturing a sense of self-compassion that is essential for true growth. We release the need for perfection, embracing our flaws and missteps as part of the journey. Self-compassion allows us to move forward with gentleness, free from harsh self-judgment. It teaches us to be patient with our own progress, to recognize that growth is a lifelong journey, and to celebrate each step, no matter how small. This kindness towards ourselves creates a foundation of inner peace, enabling us to approach life's challenges with resilience and grace. With this foundation, we find ourselves living more fully in the present moment. We are no longer consumed by regrets about the past or worries about the future. Instead, we are here, now, fully engaged with the beauty and richness of life as it unfolds. This presence allows us to savor each experience, to find joy in the details, and to connect more deeply with the people and world around us. It is in this moment that we discover the true essence of life, not in what we achieve or acquire, but in how we experience and share our love, joy, and kindness with others. Living in the present moment brings a newfound clarity to our lives. We begin to see things as they are, free from the distortions of past experiences or future anxieties. This clarity helps us recognize what truly matters, allowing us to let go of distractions and attachments that no longer serve our highest good. We find ourselves drawn to simplicity, to a life that reflects our inner peace and purpose rather than the endless demands of the outside world. In this simplicity, we feel lighter, more focused, and deeply connected to our authentic selves. This authenticity becomes our compass, guiding us with a quiet confidence. No longer swayed by the expectations of others, we move forward with purpose and integrity, honoring the truth within us. This commitment to authenticity allows us to make choices that align with our values, even when they may be challenging or misunderstood by others. We come to understand that authenticity is not about being rigid, but about being true to ourselves, open to growth, and grounded in our own inner wisdom. This integrity becomes the foundation of a life lived in alignment, creating a sense of harmony between who we are and how we show up in the world. From this place of alignment, we embrace the power of intention. We see that each thought, word, and action carries energy, shaping the reality we experience. Intention becomes a tool for conscious creation, a way of directing our energy toward what we truly desire. With clear and focused intentions, we channel our efforts into meaningful pursuits, no longer scattered or distracted. Our lives become a reflection of our inner purpose, and we see that we have the power to shape our reality from within, simply by aligning our thoughts and actions with our heart's deepest desires. As we live with intentionality, we cultivate a state of flow, a harmony with the natural rhythms of life. In this flow, we are receptive to opportunities and guidance, attuned to the subtle currents that lead us toward our highest good. We move with ease and grace, trusting that each step will unfold exactly as it needs to. This state of flow is not about control, but about surrendering to the divine intelligence that orchestrates all things, allowing us to participate fully in the dance of life. It brings a sense of ease, a feeling that we are supported and guided in ways that we may not always understand, but can always trust. Flow brings us into a deeper communion with the world around us, awakening a sense of reverence for the interconnectedness of all life. We see ourselves as part of a greater whole, each of us a unique expression of the divine, yet intricately connected to one another. This reverence fills us with awe for the beauty and mystery of life, a gratitude for the sacredness in every person, every creature, every element of nature. It inspires us to live with respect, to honor the world we share, and to contribute to its harmony and well-being in every way we can. With this reverence, we embrace a spirit of stewardship, understanding that our lives are part of something much larger than ourselves. We become caretakers, not only of our own growth and well-being, but of the people and world around us. Stewardship becomes an act of love, a commitment to nurturing, protecting, and uplifting all that we encounter. This love for the world is not passive, it is active and intentional, manifesting in the choices we make, the compassion we show, and the positive impact we seek to create. Through stewardship, we realize that we are here not just to receive, but to give, to leave the world a little better for our having been in it. Embracing stewardship, we step into a legacy of love and purpose. Our lives take on a meaning that transcends personal achievement. We are here to contribute, to uplift, and to nurture the world around us. Each action, each choice, is imbued with a sense of responsibility and care, knowing that we are part of an intricate web of life that extends beyond our own existence. This legacy is not built through grand gestures alone, but through the small, everyday moments of kindness, integrity, and compassion that ripple outward in ways we may never see. This awareness of our legacy encourages us to live with an open heart, allowing love to be our guiding force. Love, in its purest form, is a state of being that transcends conditions and circumstances. It is a recognition of the divine in ourselves and in others, a knowing that we are all interconnected, sharing this journey together. As we embody this love, we find ourselves more patient, more forgiving, and more willing to extend grace. Love becomes the foundation from which we live, coloring our interactions, our choices, and our very presence in the world. Living from a place of love brings a profound peace, a peace that is not dependent on what happens around us, but stems from a deep alignment with our true nature. This peace remains steady even amidst life's inevitable challenges, grounding us in a sense of calm and resilience. It becomes our sanctuary, a place within where we are always safe, whole, and connected to the divine. In this state, we are no longer reacting to life. We are responding from a place of centeredness and wisdom, guided by a quiet yet powerful inner strength. With this peace, we embrace life fully, accepting each moment with gratitude and grace. We stop resisting what is, letting go of the need for life to look a certain way in order to be happy. Instead, we celebrate the journey itself, knowing that every experience, every encounter, is an opportunity to deepen our understanding, to expand our compassion, and to express our highest self. Life becomes a dance, a flowing expression of our essence, where joy and sorrow, gain and loss, all have their place in the rhythm of our being. This state of acceptance allows us to cultivate a spirit of abundance. We see that life offers us everything we need to grow, to love, and to create meaning. Abundance is not about accumulating more, but about recognizing and appreciating what we already have. It is a mindset that transforms our view of the world, showing us the richness in each moment, the blessings in each challenge, and the beauty in each person we meet. Through this perspective, we experience life as a continual blessing, an ever-unfolding gift. In this abundant state, we are free to create without fear or limitation. Creativity flows naturally when we are aligned with our purpose and connected to our inner truth. We become co-creators with the universe, shaping our reality through intention, love, and vision. Each creative act, whether it's a kind word, a meaningful project, or a moment of joy, becomes a way of sharing our essence with the world. This creativity is our unique expression of the divine, a contribution only we can make. As we reflect on this journey, we see that our lives have been transformed not by external achievements, but by the growth of our spirit, the depth of our love, and the clarity of our purpose. We are no longer defined by what we possess or accomplish, but by who we have become. This transformation is a testament to the power of living with intention, authenticity, and a heart open to the divine. We realize that the journey has led us not to a destination, but to a way of being, one that brings light, peace, and meaning to every aspect of our lives.